word to describe the atmosphere and the energy here in Kingston, Jamaica at the National Indoor Sports Center. Welcome to day 2 of Netball action. I'm Mariah Ramharak, and it's my pleasure to be your host for this event. Yesterday we had so much activity, so much high quality netball taking place here, and we're getting ready for another day 2 action, where the competition is expected to take up a notch. And of course, we hope to continue to be bringing you the very best of the action. Of course, just a reminder for those of you that are now joining us, 2 teams that are competing will have the opportunity to occupy 2 places to the World Cup set for Cape Town, South Africa next year. So as you can tell, a lot on the line for these teams taking part here. The teams are Antigua and Barbuda, Barbados, Cayman Islands, of course, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, St. Lucia, Grenada, Trinidad and Tobago, and the USA. And just remember, Jamaica are the host. They've already qualified for the World Cup so far. So, they're playing, and, after speaking to their captain yesterday, Janelle Fowler, they're using these matches as practice for the World Cup, and of course, as an opportunity to be able to spot good young talent, because who doesn't need a good reserve in their team? At this point in time, I'm going to take you across to Ricardo Chambers, our commentator, where he'll be able to give us a recap of yesterday's exciting matches. Ricardo, it's back to you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mariah. 8 matches contested on a Sunday's opening day of these America's World Cup qualifiers at the National Indoor Sports Center in Kingston, Jamaica. The first match, Barbados taking on the Cayman Islands, and the Cayman Islands really surprised Barbados in the first 10 minutes of this encounter. Great shooting from Kay Copeland, the Caymanian goal shooter. She was brilliant. Didn't get the ball inside that shooting arc as much as she would have wanted, but when she did, she was quite efficient. The Barbadians took charge though and went away to win that one 67-27. Then St. Vincent and the Grenadines, they opened impressively against the United States of America. The Vincentians dominating the first 2 quarters. They had a little blip in the third. 40-year-old Camille Henry there leading the line for the United States team. And in the evening session, Trinidad and Tobago, they were brilliant, looking like one of the favorites here, and definitely one of the favorites to take one of the 2 spots to the World Cup next year. And they were just way too good for the St. Lucia team. And then Jamaica putting up the highest tally with their outstanding goal shooter Janelle Fowler taking care of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. A second match on the day for the Vincentians. Of course, the Jamaican results will not impact what happens as far as the overall standings are concerned. So 8 matches contested yesterday, 4 of them we brought to you live here on the Home of Champions. There are the results. Barbados 67-27 over the Cayman Islands. Trinidad and Tobago 55-24 over Antigua and Barbuda. St. Vincent and the Grenadines 51-24 over the USA. Grenada 53-45 over St. Lucia. Those matches were contested in the morning session, and then in the evening session, Trinidad and Tobago 63-25 over St. Lucia. Cayman Islands actually led up until the early stages of the third quarter against Grenada. Grenada pulling away to win 50-40. Jamaica dominant 74-35 over St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and the USA getting the better of Antigua and Barbuda 34-22. Standings now, Trinidad and Tobago and Grenada both on 4 points. Of course, Trinidad and Tobago with a superior goal difference, a plus 69 for them in comparison to Grenada plus 18. Barbados just 1 match and they had a victory with a plus 40 goal differential. St. Vincent and the Grenadines 1 win, a plus 27. Of course, the Jamaica defeat not reflected there, and you will not see any of the Jamaica matches reflected on the standings. USA also getting a win. Antigua and Barbuda, St. Lucia and the Cayman Islands yet to register a win in this tournament after day number 1. Well, this is what we have to look forward to here on day number 2. Grenada taking on Antigua and Barbuda. We'll have that match live for you. So a first look at the Grenadians. St. Vincent and the Grenadines will be taking on Trinidad and Tobago. USA up against Jamaica. We'll also have that live for you. And St. Lucia will face Barbados in what is expected to be another really good match. Let's head back to Mariah Ramarak. She has the coaches.
Much Ricardo. Now I'm standing with the ladies at the helm, the ladies who make the big decisions. With me, the coach of Grenada, Althea McCollin, and of course with me, the coach of Antigua and Barbuda, Lisa Smith. So my first question is to you, Althea. You have 2 out of 2 wins so far. Are you going to make it 3?
Yes, hopefully we would. We came here with the intention to make that happen.
And, based on what you would have seen, I always believe that, although you have a win, there are areas for improvement. Any areas you'd like to improve on today?
Yes, we are working more on our defensive skills because that's our key focus, and hopefully they will come up to board and execute our set plans today.
Yeah, Lisa, you've been with the team yesterday. What do you expect from your ladies today? What did you say to them?
Yesterday's loss was something that we took with good grace at the time, but we have to come back strong now, and we know that Grenada are going to put up a really good fight. We've been watching a couple of their matches, but I think that the girls have lifted their spirits today. A lot of them are a young team as well, so this is a big event for them. They've never experienced anything like this, so it's really about focusing their attention on their play and not what's going on around them a lot of the time.
Most time when I listen to coaches, they speak about being focused, as you just said, and, sticking to the game plan. How much does it come down to just enjoying what you know and what you love and, just having a good time, and the results come that way?
Genuinely, that was advice from my dad today on text, but it's something that I'm really keen on them to understand as to how much enjoyment goes into this, because you put so much work into the time before this competition that when you get here, it's really important to enjoy it. It's really important to take something from it to boost you into that next training period before the next event.
Yeah. Well, ladies, I want to wish both of you all the best, and of course I tend to say may the best team win.
Thank you.
And of course, may netball continue to win. We're bringing to you the very best of the America's Netball World Cup qualifiers. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we have so much more just for you.
Mother's Day in the land of wood and water. At the National Indoor Sports Centre, we acknowledge the netballing heroes and heroines of the region as they battle at the America's Netball World Cup qualifying tournament. The next match, Grenada taking on Antigua and Barbuda, is the first match on our live broadcast here on day number 2 of this World Cup qualifying tournament. Let's have a look at the starting lineup for the Grenada team. They have 2 wins from as many matches. Tonight they start with Letitia Cato at goal shoot, Cecile Howell at goal attack, Tiffany Frederick at wing attack, Denise Cameron at centre, Rachel John at wing defence, Carissa Thomas at goal defence, and Renisha Stafford at goalkeep. For Antigua and Barbuda, Jamelia Fitz will be at goal shoot, Amy Lake at goal attack, Simone Parks at wing attack, Patara Davis at centre, Sanchez Martin at wing defence, Shermaine Rifa at goal defence, and Tanya Green at goalkeep. Good evening and welcome again wherever you're watching across the Caribbean, indeed across the world, as we get ready to see these 2 teams for the first time in this tournament. They both would have competed on Sunday's opening day, but it's the first time we're seeing them as part of our live broadcast. Ricardo Chambers alongside Oberon Peterson Natty, former Jamaica Sunshine Girls defender, and following the national anthems, we'll be getting her thoughts on this match to start the evening's proceedings. We are that much closer to the start of this encounter featuring Grenada and Antigua and Barbuda. Oberon Peterson-Natty, what are we to expect from these 2 teams tonight?
Well, I guess, Antigua is a very young team, and I'm sure they're going to look to gain some experience in this tournament. They actually last played at the last OECS game in 20, just the other day in Dominica. So they would have learned, they would have brought it to the table. However, Grenada is kind of at a disadvantage because they last played in the qualifier back in 2018. But I see they have most of their players, their core players that are here. So I'm expecting them to take charge in this game.
Of course, Oberon Peterson-Natty will know a lot about this Grenada team, having coached them between 2015 and 2018. Very good start to the campaign for Grenada. 2 wins on the opening day, and they start really well in their 3rd match. Letitia Cato at goal shoot. Impressive so far, 100% shooting in her last match.
Well, I can tell you from history when it comes to Grenada, they always have a very good shooting team. Not just now when I was coaching them, but way back when they had their star shooter, Janice Celestine, and other players that normally shoots for them. They always were very accurate.
Yeah, Fitz accurate as well for Antigua and Barbuda. Didn't play a lot of last night's game against the Cayman Islands. Letitia Cato, their goal shoot, but 9 from 9 is what she delivered, and to start this match she's 2 from 2.
So let me tell you a little about Letitia. She actually played a bit of a semi-pro in England a couple years back, and so she does have that experience out there today to help the Grenada team.
Antigua and Barbuda lost to Trinidad and Tobago 55-24, then the USA 34-22. That would have been a disappointing defeat to the United States of America last night, and so they're looking for an improved performance today. As you pointed out, a young team is what they have brought to this tournament.
Definitely. They haven't played in quite a while, and now they have their new president, Karen Joseph, who was a past player and has really been trying to get sponsorship and, really work hard to get in this team together to at least try to get themselves back into playing competitive netball.
Yeah, had a big appeal to source the funding to come to this tournament, Antigua and Barbuda, and they're up against it early as Letitia Cato goes at 3 from 3. She's getting the balls in comfortable shooting position so far, though the Antigua and Barbuda defense unable to push her away from under the goal.
She's a strong one. There, and a good hustle from the center from Grenada, Denise Cameron. And what you're going to see a lot with Antigua, that they're going to be competitive, whether they're getting it done or not, or they're able to score. They're going to try because they don't have anything to lose. They just want to be out there and want to, represent their country, which I believe that's what everybody wants to do.
Amy Lake gets that one to go for Antigua and Barbuda, and they stay close. And they also have the center pass with Patara Davis.
Contact, ring attack, penalty pass. Yes, please. Advantage obstruction, ring effect. Yes, please. Distance away from the line. Distance away from the line.
So that was a turnover on Grenada, being too far away from the line. You have to be close, but as close as possible, not touching that line.
Chance for Antigua and Barbuda to level early. Fitz.
That's contact, goal defense, penalty pass.
Contact called on Carissa Thomas at goal defense. And an even better opportunity now for Grenada, for Antigua and Barbuda. Oh, missed by Amy Lake, and finished off now by Jamelia Fitz. And we're level in the first 4.5 minutes of this encounter. Lovely ball. Great vision. And Cato in that sweet zone puts another one away.
Nice handoff there by Howell to find Cato. Not that she couldn't shoot it, because she's an excellent shooter also.
Another miss by Jamelia Fitz. And they get the ball down court quickly. And right away you see that Letitia Cato does not want to take any chances as far as her shooting position is concerned. She wants to be as close to the goalpost as possible.
Certainly, for sure. And she's a big person. It's not very easy to get around. She's not very easy to get around.
Tall, strong. And dominating her area so far. 100% accuracy to this point, like she was last night against the Cayman Islands.
Excellent work there by Carissa Thomas to get that deflection. Very young player, great potential.
That combination will continue to be key tonight for Grenada. Cecile Howell and Letitia Cato. And so far the goal attack, Howell is feeding Cato really well.
They all hard, both the center, the wing attack. She hasn't placed that much in, but between the center and the goal attack, been really finding Cato on the back line.
Yeah, Denise Cameron at center. There's a chance for Amy Lake. And Amy Lake struggling here.
So again, we talk about shooting accuracy. You come to this competition, you basically have to be able to sink those little easy bunnies. Nice high pass there into Cato. Really can't mark those. Really cannot mark high. You really can't.
Yeah, the way to mark that is to stop the ball from getting into her. And at this stage, they are unable to do that. Cato was calling for it. Howell decided to go for the shot, and she misses for the first time tonight.
Yes, she's one of those good shooters, and just confidence, you know. I think she hesitated a bit. Not sure if she should pass or shoot.
Yeah, because the pass was there.
Yes, yes.
But she also had a certain level of confidence that she could make the shot, and then probably ended up being caught in two minds. Davis inside for Antigua and Barbuda. There's Amy Lake, has been struggling to put them away, and once again she comes up short, and Grenada with the turnover, and they head down court very quickly. Now they will look for the lob inside. Letitia Cato decides against going for the shot. Now she gets her opportunity.
I think she's trying to be a bit unselfish to share the goal.
Grenada opening up a 5-goal advantage in the first half, in the first quarter of this encounter.
So, you know, Antigua really do need to just take that ball on carefully, play it short, play it low, and not high, because, you know, they need to ensure that they get that ball, and they're not really taking care of it.
Grenada, the Spice Girls, coming into this tournament quite confident. They have the goods to go all the way and make it to a third World Cup. They have played at 2 World Cup tournaments before, in 1979 and 2003. So it's been 19 years since they last competed.
Yes, for sure.
And they will be looking to get there this time around. Ranked 20th in the world, Grenada, number 4 in the Americas. So they will feel that they have as good a shot as any. Trinidad and Tobago and Barbados earmarked as the favorites to get the 2 World Cup spots, along with Jamaica, who have already qualified. But Grenada will feel that they are right there.
Yes, for sure. And you know, the last World Cup campaign, they really worked hard on getting there, and again they were taken out by both Barbados and Trinidad. So here they are again, getting another opportunity to see if they can make it to South Africa.
Both their matches so far, they have scored at at least 50 goals. 53-45 over St. Lucia and 50-40 over the Cayman Islands. Took them a long time to get going in that game against the Cayman Islands. For a long time, the Caymanians looked as if they could spring a surprise before Grenada turned it around in the third quarter.
Yes, a bit of a scary moment there for Grenada there, but they managed to pull through. And then now you look at their great defending going on there by Grenada, and can I tell you that goalkeeper is really a goal shooter who's been converted to a goalkeeper, and who's doing a great job. She really have, you know, long arms there, giving problems to the shooters.
Yeah, Renisha Stafford in that position, and Amy Lake puts one away for Antigua and Barbuda. The goal attack doing a lot of shooting so far tonight. Accuracy not as good as she would want, but maybe she's getting the hang of it now. Down the other end, another miss as well for Cecile Howell. Grenada get it right back though. Howell again, nice lob. Oh, a miss for Letitia Cato. That was a surprise. Got the rebound and put it away though.
Yes, for sure. And that was a rare miss. She has missed now 2 for this game, responsible for all 11 goals.
11-4. Grenada leading Antigua and Barbuda. 4 minutes left in the first quarter. The Spice Girls in control. That would have been a big victory over St. Lucia yesterday to open their campaign.
Next side. Next side. Yeah.
Finally, she gets one in.
Frederick into Howell to Cato, and another conversion for Grenada. Efficient first quarter here for the world number 20 ranked Grenada. Antigua and Barbuda ranked 10 places below them at 30 in the world.
Well, I have to say they actually look businesslike when they came out on court today. So, and they're managing to contain the shooters from Antigua. Antigua haven't had much chances at the goal, which they really do need to.
In this tournament, it is very important to be as efficient as possible. Howell goes for the long range shot, and she has her range now.
And she's getting comfortable. You know, she missed the first 2. She came back very strong, especially hitting that long range shot. So they're in their comfort zone. They just have to get the job done. Antigua now has to do a better job of marking, getting ahead of the play.
14-4. Grenada leading Antigua with just over 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. The Antiguans rush up court.
Wing defense. Structure wing defense.
Another miss from Amy Lake. That one of the more difficult attempts for her. Cecile Howell for Grenada. And once again, Howell to Cameron, to Frederick, into Cato. And the finish for the 15th time in this encounter. Minute and a half to go in the first quarter. Grenada all over Antigua and Barbuda, as would have been expected coming into this. The one disappointment for Antigua and Barbuda so far is that they have managed to get the ball into the shooting arc quite a lot, but they have not converted at the accuracy level that they would have hoped. There's another miss down the other end. Under a minute to play in this first quarter.
So Rachel John, the wing defender, have a bit of an injury. I think she tweaked the ankle earlier on the perimeter, a couple of possessions before, so now she's off. They will have to make a substitution. Let's see who they will use to fill that spot. I think they're going to put on their captain, Colin Moore. They're not putting on anyone.
Yeah, they only have 6 players on the court at the moment. And here is Lake.
Finally, she gets another one.
Yeah, the goal attack doing most of the shooting for Antigua and Barbuda. 15-5. And that's the end of the first quarter. Grenada efficient, as you would have expected from the world number 20, the number 4 ranked team in the Americas region. 2 wins from 2 so far in this campaign, and they start their 3rd match really well. Antigua and Barbuda once again know that they will be up against it. They are already up against it as they seek their first victory of this competition. At the end of the first quarter, it is Althea McCollin's team who have the lead, 15-5. Back at the National Indoor Sports Centre in Kingston, Jamaica. America's Netball World Cup qualifying action. Grenada leading Antigua and Barbuda 15-5 at the end of the first quarter. And let's have a look at those first quarter highlights over in Peterson. Grenada getting out well. They have accurate shooters. And once again, Latasha Cato doing well in that first quarter. 12 goals from 14 attempts. High percentage. Howell, 3 from 7. She will feel that she will need to work on that. The Antigua and Barbuda shooters only operating at 50% in that first quarter. Fitz 2 from 4 and Lake 3 from 6. So a lot of work to be done on the shooting end for Antigua and Barbuda. Lake, as you see here, one of those several misses that she had, but Grenada dictating the tempo, dictating the pace of that opening quarter as we would have expected.
Yes, for sure. They really did. Came out early, really business, getting that ball into Cato, and she really did a great job of finishing strong, finishing good, having 12 from 14, shooting over almost, that's what, 90%?
Yeah, let's have a look at the statistics then for that first quarter. And contacts 11 for Grenada, 9 for Antigua and Barbuda. Turnovers 8 for Antigua and Barbuda, just 3 for the Grenadian team. They will feel that was a pretty clean quarter.
Definitely not a bad start. It was really good for them to come out. Antigua now has to make some changes and has to ensure that they are able to do something to at least contain the Grenadians.
So the teams retake the court for the second quarter.
So no changes for Grenada at this time.
Cato right to business. Her 13th goal from 15 attempts. Shot at 85% in the first quarter with that 12 from 14. And she starts well here in the second quarter. Let's see if we get a response from the Antigua and Barbuda team.
Yep, that was a stepping call there. Turnover there by Grenada. Keita not able to do the proper footwork. Out.
Yeah, changes made by the Antigua and Barbuda team. Charmaine Rifa started at goal defense. She's now at goal keep. Not stopping the Grenadians at the moment. Diamond, Saska Diamond comes on. At wing defense.
Nice long range shot there by Keita. A bit out of her normal area, and she seems to put that down very easily and confident.
Antigua looking for their first goal of this second quarter. Won't get it there. Yeah, that's the furthest she shot one from tonight, but it's a go again.
She's business. She's all business tonight. She's all business tonight. I believe they're all business tonight.
Grenada as well will understand that the number of goals you score could become critical at the back end of this tournament. You never know what will happen when it comes on to the number of wins. Teams could be tied on points. You may have to go down to the goal differential. So important for them to put away as many as they can when they get the opportunities.
Totally agreed. Totally agreed.
And they clearly mean business. If they can maintain their 15 goals per quarter, that will take them to their highest tally of the tournament. Lovely lob inside. And once again, Cato in her comfort zone. Antigua and Barbuda still yet to score in the second quarter. 5 unanswered goals for Grenada. There is an answer finally.
By Jamila. And you know, they depend a lot on Lake, even though it's Jamila who made that shot. But Lake been, responsible for most of the shots. So they just need to get a little bit more opportunity and, see what happens and if they can turn things around.
Some beautiful passing inside to Letitia Cato. That last one coming from the wing attack, Tiffany Frederick.
And they do have a very good combination, both of them. And so you'll see a lot of that going into Cato by Frederick.
Yeah, the problem for Antigua and Barbuda is that there is no pressure being put on the ball. So the passer has all the time in the world to pick the trajectory and get it perfectly into this outstanding goal shooter. Look at that. Absolutely no pressure on Cecile Howell as the ball was lobbed inside.
Clear look there to Cato.
And in under 5 minutes in this second quarter, Grenada have already scored 8 goals.
And that's the difference. You see, Grenada have hands all over. They can barely see in the circle. So they really need to do the same thing, having their hands up and really preventing or, making it difficult for Grenada to make that pass into the shooter.
Yeah, they have to find a way, but right now they are struggling. Well, they get a break. Just look at the pressure being put on the ball by the Grenadans here. And now the Spice Girls taking their time up court. Too easy. Just too easy for the Spice Girls. Was that a stepping call?
Yes.
And too, it's all difficult. I'm not sure if the Antiguan team recognize that the goal shooter is actually a left-handed shooter. So when she do get that ball, it's really to try and cover over that side, which that's not happening. They're just putting up their hand rather than where you need to put that hand up to make it difficult for the shooter.
Yeah, another game going on with Trinidad and Tobago taking on St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The first quarter out of the way in that game. Trinidad and Tobago leading 10-9 against St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Really tight one over on court 2.
Center pass. Center pass.
Like the look of St. Vincent and the Grenadines last night. Love the look of Trinidad and Tobago. Still feel that Trinidad and Tobago will have too much for them, but a long way to go in that encounter. A long way to go in this one as well, being dominated by Grenada.
Ball defense, you're contacting. Penalty pass. Yes, please.
Cato lands another one. It's going to be an easy night for her if she continues to get those shots right under the goal.
Footwork.
Yeah, she's been called for footwork.
Antigua.
Another change for Antigua. Saska Diamond now at center. And Parks. Simone Parks back at wing attack. Lake and Fitz still operating inside the circle.
Antigua.
And it's Fitz who puts that one away. Over 7 minutes to play in the second quarter. 26-7, already 11 goals scored in this quarter. Lovely take by Amy Lake. And sinks the shot as well.
That was a beautiful take. Both defenders got caught marking Jamila Fitz, and Lake was just open. And she's one of their go-to player. Lake, very young but very smart player, as I was told by her president.
Yeah, best moment of the night, that for her. She did have a shaky start, but has grown into the contest. Yeah, back-to-back goals for Antigua and Barbuda. They go up to 4 for this quarter, 9 in the match, 26-9. And they have a chance to get into double figures here. Fitz from distance. Not landing for Jamelia Fitz.
So she hasn't done bad for this quarter 3. Well, this is the first one she have missed. So I think they're getting it to play it low because she's been coming forward for that ball, getting it, and making a shot attempt, and that's really what you want. You really, even if you have to lose that ball, you lose it off the attempt and not necessarily, not getting an attempt at goal.
Yeah, fired in by Tiffany Frederick again for Letitia Cato.
And she's actually 10 from 10 this quarter. So she's having a brilliant second quarter.
Instruction goal defense.
22 from 24 attempts for Letitia Cato.
Let me set the penalty. I was saying one step up. Right? So both of you, one step up. Thank you. Instruction there, wing defense, both of you out.
Goal defense, wing defense put out of the play. And another miss coming from Cecile Howell. Not her best night, Cecile Howell.
No, certainly not, because that's not the type of, accuracy we expect from Howell, who is really a great shooter, but somehow just not making those easy bunnies too, because those are easy shots that she ought to make, and that's what she normally makes.
Yeah, she was brilliant last night with 8 from 8. In that K-man match, most of the shooting done by Carleen Alexander, who we've not seen yet tonight. Carleen executing 33 from 34, 97% accuracy.
That was a great defending by Antigua, even though the ball was placed really bad, really not on the target, and Antigua capitalized on it.
Lake with a chance to get them into double figures, and she obliges.
Certainly, that was a good move there. Nice good little ball movement coming from Antigua out of the defensive end, and a great finish by Lake, who I said is one of the players to watch going forward for this Antigua team.
Yeah, growing into the contest now. Antigua and Barbuda matching the 5 goals they scored in the first quarter. Just under 4 minutes to go in this second quarter. Grenada trying to pull things back together here. Looking for their 14th goal of the quarter, and Cecile Howell ensures they have it.
Carry on, sorry. That's my fault.
Nice movement back there by Lake, who went forward and just, pulled back to get that ball.
Antigua and Barbuda making easier progress now into the Grenada defensive area, and going up to 11, surpassing the 5 goals they had in the first quarter.
Contact goalkeeper, penalty pass.
The last time they competed at the World Cup, Grenada, they finished 20th. That was in 2003.
Yes, right here in Kingston, Jamaica.
Right here in Kingston, Jamaica. They beat Canada and Hong Kong. A little bit disappointing not to see Canada at these qualifiers, because they are part of the Americas region.
Yes, they are. And, they were at the last qualifier in Barbados. So, yeah, it was a little disappointing not to have them there. They always have, a decent structured team.
31-11, Grenada leading Antigua by 20 goals. Both playing their 3rd match of the Americas World Cup qualifying tournament here in Kingston, Jamaica. Grenada looking for their 3rd victory. Antigua and Barbuda looking for their 1st. Titanic battle going on court number 2 between Trinidad and Tobago and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Trinidad and Tobago leading that contest 15-14.
Well, it's almost now, yes, 15-14.
Over a minute to play in the second quarter, the first half of Grenada versus Antigua and Barbuda.
They have an offside call there.
Might not have been the best play, but they got away with it, Antigua.
Nicely tipped there by the center Cameron, and was able to be picked up by Thomas.
That's what you want to do as a defensive unit, apply the pressure. There's another rare miss coming from
Letitia Cato.
Yeah, but as a defensive unit, what you want to do is to apply pressure.
All the time, and I think especially you have to really apply pressure right throughout court. You have to.
Yeah, there's no guarantee that you will stop your opponent from scoring even when you do apply pressure, but it's unlikely that you will stop them if you do not apply that pressure, and as you said, from high up the court as well.
Yes, because a lot of people don't understand the work that needs to be done before it gets into the circle. That makes a huge difference with a turnover or an interception or just a deflection.
Yeah, seconds to go in the first half. Oh, Cato with another miss there. A couple back-to-back. She gets the rebound and puts it away. 35-11. 20 goals scored in this quarter for Grenada. They upped it a notch from the first, where they netted 15. And the Spice Girls proving way too good for Antigua and Barbuda at the moment. At halftime in this fixture, the Spice Girls on their way to 3 in a row. They lead 35-11 at the National Indoor Sports Centre in Kingston, Jamaica. Jamaica's Netball World Cup qualifying action at the National Indoor Sports Centre in Kingston, Jamaica. Half-time between Grenada and Antigua and Barbuda. Grenada leading the contest 35-11. And this is the story of how easily the Grenadians have been able to get into the shooting circle. And when they do that, Letitia Cato has been very efficient. 28 goals from 32 attempts, shooting at 87.5%. Her goal attack, Howell, 5 from 10, operating at 50%. But together, they have ensured that it's a commanding lead for the Grenadian team.
Certainly, without a doubt. They actually really got that ball in there easy. There was no pressure. They were able to release that ball to Cato. Cato was able to finish. So, you know, in order for Antigua to contain them, they have to do a better job of pressuring the ball outside.
Yeah, they certainly did a better job in the second quarter in the shooting circle. Fitz operating at 66.6%, 6 from 9 for the match. Lake 5 from 8 for the match, operating at 62.5. They were both down at 50% shooting at the end of the first quarter, but even that not enough to pull back the Antiguans, who scored all of 20 goals in that second quarter. So it's all about what they have been able to do on the shooting end. Certainly, and
goals is what scores. You know, they just have to get it more often, you know, get more attempts. You know, just getting it 2-3 times for a quarter is just really not enough and will not work if they expect to come back and, you know, have a better attempt of, you know, competing in this game.
Yeah, very much so. So 5 goals scored for Antigua and Barbuda in the first quarter, 6 in the second quarter for Grenada, 15 in the first, 20 in the second. And well, yeah, the Grenadian girls just proving their quality here. Remember, they won their first 2 matches, scored 53 goals against St. Lucia in their opener on Sunday morning, and then in their second game they scored 50. Although they gave up 40 against the Cayman Islands, which was quite a surprise, they took a long time to get going in that match against the Cayman Islands. Probably fielded a weaker team to start, expecting that they would steamroll the Caymanians. It wasn't to be, but they are doing the business here against Antigua and Barbuda, and they are rushing toward a 3rd victory at these America's Netball World Cup qualifiers. Let's have a look at the team statistics. Obi, does anything stand out to you from this?
Well, you look at the turnovers, you know, Grenada has been really keeping it down. They had 3 in the first quarter, this quarter 4. So having 7 turnovers at halftime is a huge accomplishment for Grenada. But however, Antigua has to work on their turnovers, and the contacts are basically even. So everybody's contesting for the ball, but just to take care of it and, you know, try to get some goals off your possession.
Well, the highest total in terms of number of goals scored in this tournament so far, 74 for Jamaica Sunshine Girls in their opening match against St. Vincent and the Grenadines last night. Grenada will need 40 more if they are to beat that in this match against Antigua and Barbuda. Second half action coming up. America's Netball World Cup qualifying action from the National Indoor Sports Center in Kingston, Jamaica. Grenada taking on Antigua and Barbuda, and Grenada large and in charge at the halftime break. 35-11. They lead by 24 goals, and a lot of work to do for Antigua and Barbuda to make this one even respectable. But the Grenadians continuing their work. They understand what is ahead of them. They're trying to reach the World Cup for the first time since 2003, and they believe that they have what it takes to get the job done at this tournament. They have much tougher matches to come. They have already beaten St. Lucia and the Cayman Islands, and they're looking to put away Antigua and Barbuda for a third victory from as many matches. Ricardo Chambers alongside Oberon, Peterson, Natty as we start the third quarter of this contest.
So they've made, Grenada have made one change, bringing in their young shooter, Carleen, that would be Carleen Alexander, and she takes the place of Cato just to give a bit of rest and give her a bit of experience. I mean, she was there battling with Cayman yesterday, so this will be a good test to see what she learned from yesterday. Yeah,
Carleen Alexander was brilliant yesterday against the Cayman Islands. 33 goals from 34 attempts, 97.5 shooting. Let's see how she goes with this opportunity tonight. First opportunity, makes no mistake.
Oh yes, she looks aggressive. Yesterday she really took a beating because she struggled with the not able to hold on to the ball. Well, we see that she did that just now.
Similar build to that of Cato.
Yes, for sure.
And so you expect the plan to be similar as well in terms of how the ball will be delivered to her.
So, you know, Antigua started, they look like they're really thinking about, you know, where they make their pass and who they make their pass to.
Sideline throw and goal good.
Because they really slowed it down in their attack, but they were just not able to get that ball in to get at least get an attempt at goal.
Yeah, as this tournament goes on
my whistle,
you'll have to start thinking about the fitness of these players and teams in general as the matches pile up day after day. And that will be critical at the back end of the tournament as well when, oh, lovely move, and Amy Lake has a chance. She has grown into the match. Amy Lake has gotten more confident, had a really slow start, a couple of easy misses, but now she seems to have it all together.
Yes, she made a nice baseline drive, strong, held on to that ball and really finished strong.
Yeah, the point I wanted to make is that the teams with depth, a miss there from Alexander, the teams with depth could have a lot of joy at the back end of the tournament.
Yes.
A lot of matches for these teams to play. It's a round robin,
yes.
9 teams, so you play 8 matches over 6 or 7 days. That is a lot of netball.
And especially there are 2 days for 2 matches, team doubling up. So again, that is a lot of pressure. Nice drive there by that goal attack. Not able to hold on to that ball.
yes please. Running instruction, shoot up, run, it's going to center.
Not as quick a start this third quarter for Grenada as they had in the second quarter. Remember, they scored all of 20 in that second quarter. Probably not the smartest pass.
No, definitely not. Definitely not the best decision.
Decision making in this sport, like so many others, so critical. And the time in which to do it is not quite a lot in the sport of netball. Look at Lake again. She's all over that goal circle.
2 in a row on the back line, so Grenada has to do a better job of containing her coming off that back line because she's really running hard and getting that ball.
Yeah, they're just not picking her up at this stage.
Beautiful pass there by Frederick to get that ball into Alexander, who turns very nicely and finish it off.
Offside wing defense. Yes.
Antigua and Barbuda have actually competed at the Netball World Cup on more occasions than Grenada. Well, they have been there 4 times.
Yes, you know, and it's funny, you know, teams like Antigua, St. Vincent, those teams used to give, they normally give strong competition. When we had, back there we had the Caribbean Netball Championship every year, which proved a lot. I think it's something that they need to bring back to the region, whether you want to call it Caribbean Netball Association or AFNA, whatever you want to call it, but that needs to come back in the region where every year we go to a tournament. I know money is of, you know, is of concern, but what it does is give these ladies opportunities. Some haven't played in years. Some is this their first tournament.
Yeah, if you are going to improve, then you have to play at the highest level. You have to play quality teams.
Yes.
And it has to start in your region. Well, it needs to start in your region. They have finished top 10 at the Netball World Cup before, Antigua and Barbuda, so there is some amount of pedigree there. That was all the way back in 1983, mind you.
They had some great players. Oh, Mike, I'm not going to say whether I was born or not, but need
you
to
don't
say...
have to, Obi. You probably played.
No. Not really, but... You know, the history, what I've like, oh, very strong move there by Alexander to hold on to that ball. Pity she's not able to finish it.
Yeah, a couple of bad misses for her so far.
Yes.
Luckily, she has been bailed out on both occasions by Cecile Howell at goal attack. Well, this is why the experience is important for all these ladies. This is a big occasion for a lot of these countries. You're talking about an opportunity to get to the World Cup.
Yes.
That's a dream for everyone who plays sport, and it doesn't matter what sport you play, to be able to compete on the biggest stage, whether it be the Olympic Games or a World Championships or a World Cup, depending on the sport you play, or a Grand Slam. That's what they work for. And so for these ladies right now, they are so close to that.
Just to be part of that big dance there, going to the World Cup.
That can never be taken away from you once you are able to achieve that. Alexander puts another one away for the likes of Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, who get there. Well, Jamaica has gotten to every single Netball World Cup. Trinidad and Tobago have missed out on only one. For those teams, it's a regular thing. For teams like Grenada and Antigua and Barbuda, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, if and when they get there, it would be massive.
Yes, it would be something. And you know, because what's happening now, I would say we are so far behind the region, because the African nations, they've come up. I mean, if you were to select if the World Cup format was to be the ranking of the team, it would only be us from the Caribbean, Jamaica, Trinidad, Barbados. None of these teams would have the opportunity, because the African nation would have taken up most of them, apart from the ones from the Oceanic region, which is Australia, New Zealand, you know, those over on that side.
Yes, please.
And part of the problem for a lot of these Caribbean teams is that they just don't play enough at the international level, and so limited opportunities to earn ranking points. Of course, Jamaica consistently ranked in the top 4 in the world. And by virtue of their Commonwealth Games performance, many will see them as among the favourites, and genuinely so, for the World Cup in South Africa next year.
Stand next to her, yes?
For sure.
Whether they'll be able to repeat at the level they performed at the Commonwealth Games is to be seen, but just based on what they have, the quality in that squad.
And you saw them you saw the young one last night. I am sure for the next World Championship, you'll have one or two of those same ladies into the squad. So it's good that they're getting this kind of exposure, you know, to prepare them for the bigger thing, because trust me, it's not a walk in the park.
Yeah, definitely not. Grenada will want to be there, and they are doing what they need to do at these qualifiers so far, putting away the teams that they need to put away. St. Lucia, Cayman Islands out the way, and now they're on their way to putting away Antigua and Barbuda. Much tougher matches to come for this Grenada team, and you will look closely at matches against St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Trinidad and Tobago and Barbados, because you feel those are the matches that will determine their fate as far as whether they'll get to the World Cup or not.
For sure, for sure. And you know, it's where everybody wants to be. It's where everybody wants to be. And, you know, but you have to, because getting to the World Cup is one. Being able to perform at the World Cup is another. You want to be able to represent the region when you do get there.
5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Alexander sinks another. 44-18. The difference, 26 goals.
Bit of a miscommunication there between Frederick and John, causing a turnover, and there we go. Antigua gives it right back.
Yeah, the Grenada team coached by Althea McCollin. From Trinidad and Tobago, Althea McCollin.
It's funny because both teams, and she's assisted by her daughter, Khalifa McCollin, and the team on the Antigua's bench, the coach Lisa Smith, she's assisted by her daughter, because they're from England. So I find it very weird, you know, mother-daughter on both teams.
Keep it in the family.
Yeah, of course. Why not?
Under 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Oh, another miss for Alexander, but once again, Cecile Howell is there.
We've seen that 3 times, 2 times.
Well, credit to Cecile Howell for positioning herself really well to get the rebound on all 3 occasions.
Well, she knows, you know, you play with a younger player with less experience, certainly you have to do the bulk of the work, and right now her work rate is very high. That baseline drive there by Lake is just her signature move, you know?
For so many of these teams in the tournament so far, saw it with St. Vincent and the Grenadines in their opening match yesterday. The third quarter has been their least prolific. That's where they tend to really struggle. They start out steadily up the ante in the second quarter, and in the third quarter they don't seem to get as many goals. We're seeing the same here with Grenada. Just 10 goals so far in this third quarter, having scored 15 in the first and 20 in the second. And it doesn't look as if they're racing towards even 15.
For sure, but well, it has to do with, you know, you take out Kato, it's not as easy as how you'd get it if she was there. So that's part of the reason why they, you know, not score how much, like how they scored in the beginning. And then of course you certainly want to give everyone opportunity to get on court, and you know.
Yeah, they are still on their way to their highest total of the tournament so far. Grenada scored 53 against St. Lucia in what I consider to be a really big victory for them.
Yes, it's been, you know, they have a great rivalry going on with St. Lucia. So they basically, I mean, I expected that match to be very close. And, you know, at one point St. Lucia was winning, and, you know, Grenada just fought to the end, and they finish off with the win.
Well, they were never in danger in this match.
No, certainly not.
Lake again for Antigua and Barbuda.
Contact shooter. Run it.
Nice placement there by Frederick to Alexander, finding her and placing that ball away from the defender.
Yeah, I looked at Alexander, and sometimes she almost grabs at the ball when she's collecting it. Probably something to work on going forward. Don't want to be dropping that in some high-pressured situations.
Well, it's the first miss for Howell for this quarter. She's been shooting 6 from 6, so this is actually her first miss. But she backs it up by getting that rebound.
Yeah, for sure. She's been the rebound girl in the third quarter.
Yes, for Alexander.
Yeah, lovely ball into Alexander. Once again, another miss. You should not be missing from there. Oh, brilliant work in defense for Antigua and Barbuda.
Certainly not when you're under the pole.
Yeah, Grenada coming off the hammer a little bit. Easing off the gas in that third quarter. Not as efficient as they were in the first half. They still have a commanding lead, 27 goals the difference at the end of the third. Grenada Spice Girls leading Antigua and Barbuda 47-20. Back at the National Indoor Sports Centre in Kingston, Jamaica. And the scoreline showing 47-20, Grenada leading Antigua and Barbuda in this America's Netball World Cup qualifying encounter. And not as prolific a third quarter for the Grenada team. Antigua and Barbuda in that quarter scoring some 9 goals, their best quarter of the match so far. And for the Grenada team, they managed to score 13, so a much closer third quarter. And you would say, be that the Grenada team not quite as efficient as they were in the first half.
Definitely not, and they did make numerous turnovers, which I believe it's something that they wouldn't not be able to do, or they can't afford to do when they meet the most the tougher teams.
Yeah, Carleen Alexander came on at goal shoot in that third quarter for the Grenada team, shot 6 from 10, so 60% shooting for her. She will want to improve on that as we have a look at the statistics. Turnovers 25 for Antigua and Barbuda, those continue to pile up. Just 12 for the Grenada team, 28 contacts for Grenada, 29 for Antigua and Barbuda. Yeah, so correction to the score, Grenada leading 48-20, so they would, they scored 13 in that third quarter to the 9 put down by Antigua and Barbuda. One quarter to come, Oprah and Peterson-Natty. If you were coaching Antigua and Barbuda, what would you be saying to them at this stage?
They need to take their time and move that ball down court, get it out of the defense as quick as possible. When they get to the circle, be a bit more patient. Seems like they just want to get rid of the ball and just, you know, position and drive to that ball and just place it inside. I mean, that they're very tall.
That match between Trinidad and Tobago and St. Vincent and the Grenadines in the third quarter. Trinidad and Tobago opening up an 8-goal advantage, leading 33-25. 5 minutes to go in the third. We start the fourth and final quarter here on court 1. Antigua and Barbuda with the ball.
So Grenada has decided to bring back Cato, Letitia Cato. They have made a few changes. They've brought in Shakira Fortune at the wing defense, and they've also brought in Jamie John to replace Denise Cameron at the center.
Look at the pressure being put on the ball by the Grenadian defense. Doesn't stop that goal from going in though. Very good start to the final quarter for Antigua and Barbuda. Had a good third quarter, scored 9 goals, and they hit 2 back-to-back here in the fourth. Number of errors being made here by the Grenada team.
Unforced errors, by the way, and you know, Antigua looks trying to play it safe. Persons move when they are to move.
Does make me wonder about the fitness level of this Grenada team, and I will be watching that closely throughout the tournament. That they don't seem to put together 4 quality quarters, and here they are just fading in the last couple of quarters. Mind you, they're well clear and in charge, but just taking a closer look for what happens going forward when they meet tougher opposition.
They definitely will have to take care of that ball and not waste it, because they've been wasting a lot. It doesn't make a difference because there are so much points ahead, but at the same time, you're not going to get away. You're going to pay for that when it comes to the tougher team.
Cato back in at goal shoot. Yes. And she continues to shoot brilliantly. 28 from 32. When she left at the end of the second quarter, she's now 29 from 33. Antigua and Barbuda have found themselves here.
They have, and like I said, all they have to do is, you know, take care of the ball, do a better job of containing the shooters.
Yeah, a little too late, but they have. And Grenada with Howell, and they get to 54, the third time in as many matches this tournament. At least they must be pretty confident on the attacking end of things. Fitz working overtime.
Oh yes, she is, and she's been aggressive, very aggressive to get that ball, and there she is, scoring easily, having done all the work.
So Antigua and Barbuda actually leading now in this final quarter, 4-2. Cecile Howell has those passes well measured.
For sure, and you know, Grenada just scored only, what, 3? Only 3, and you know, we're in 5 minutes, almost 5 minutes, and only 3 goals. irrespective of having Kato. So it shows that they've been turning over the ball quite a lot and not getting that attempt at goal.
Antigua and Barbuda doing a much better job as well of trying to put more pressure.
Yes.
But it's still so difficult to stop the ball from getting into Kato.
Certainly. They've really stepped up their defense, trying to, well, contain.
Yeah. It's the work rate, I think, that's been stepped up for Antigua and Barbuda.
Yes, and you know what I noticed? Each time a player catches the ball, they're moving when it's their time. Before, everybody was moving at one time. And so when it was time to find the person, they've already moved. But now they're doing a better job of moving when it's their time.
Trinidad and Tobago leading St. Vincent and the Grenadines 37-30 at the end of the third quarter in the match on court 2. As Kato puts away another one for the Grenada team. They're up 53-24.
Goal defense. 4. Fine goal attack.
So a bit of a change here by the Grenada team. Alexander, the young player, coming in to replace Howell at the goal attack. A rare position for her, but I'm sure she'll be able to do okay.
Yeah, I wondered about whether Howell will go through this entire match, especially given the fact that they're comfortably ahead on the scoreboard. But now Alexander gets a chance at goal attack.
So their contact there with the goal defense out of play. Not a smart move because it leaves just one player in the circle.
Antigua looking to improve on what they delivered in the third quarter.
Nice move there by Lake. You know, she just came around without the goalkeeper seeing her get that front position.
Yeah, she's perfected that move now.
Yes.
And they are not tracking it, the Grenada defense.
And just giving them credit. They've been playing better this quarter. They've been playing better each quarter. And this last quarter proved that, you know, they want to at least win a quarter.
Here is Lake again under pressure, but gets the shot to land. It's 6-6 now in this fourth quarter. Alexander to Kato, unable to collect cleanly, but they'll have it back, Grenada. Will be interesting to see how the combination of Kato and Alexander works out. I remember when the Sunshine Girls tried Romelda Aiken and Janelle Fowler together at the 2011 World Cup.
It's still a good idea. You just have to let them know exactly what their role are and not the role of a regular goal attack, because it's two different positions that requires different movement to the ball. So it all depends on the instruction that is given.
If Janelle Fowler and Romelda Aiken are considered the twin tower, would you consider Carleen Alexander and Letitia Kato semi-twin tower?
Semi-twin tower, yes. Let's give it that name.
Just look at how they both position inside the circle though.
Just a little bit spacing. I remember back in 2011, I was the actual coach at the time who tried the
I didn't
Twin
remember
Tower.
that actually.
Yes, yes, I was. and we actually did it again in England for a test series and won.
Yeah.
So it shows that it can work. It just depends on how much time they get to practice it, and the instruction that is given.
Yeah, because you are right, the movement required, and generally, at least for me, I like to see a goal attack that is creating space and taking a lot of the pressure off the goal shooter.
Yes.
Making it easier for the shooter to score, essentially, or to get into better scoring positions.
Certainly, and also it's about getting spacing, because when you use twin towers, you want the one-on-one marking, because what normally happens when we have a short goal attack and a tall shooter, they always double the shooter, and sometimes it's difficult in that circle. But when you put two of them in, it's going to be one-on-one because there's no double going on. But both shooters definitely will have to keep the spacing so that that ball can come through without the defender interrupting.
Yeah, under 5 minutes to go. Grenada have long passed their highest tally of the tournament so far. 53 in their opener against St. Lucia, 50 in their second match against the Cayman Islands, and they're at 58 tonight against Antigua and Barbuda. Well under 5 minutes to go now in this contest. Time really flies though. It's like it was yesterday that you were coaching the Sunshine Girls. It's 11 years ago.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, a lot of time has passed.
.4:22 to go in the match. 1 quarter to go over in court 2. Trinidad and Tobago leading St. Vincent and the Grenadines 37-30. That will be an important win for Trinidad and Tobago. Of course, the Trinis will be favourites for, I think, every match they play, maybe with the exception of when they come up against the Sunshine Girls. And they're definitely one of the favourite teams to get to the World Cup.
They are, for sure, they are.
Grenada, one of those teams that you feel, if they put it together, could spoil the party of one of the big two.
So they're basically working hard for that ball and, giving it right back to Antigua.
How would you rate the agility of the Grenada goal attack, Carlene Alexander?
Well, she hasn't, I'm not sure. You look at her, you can see she's not a goal attack. She hasn't really done anything. She has a lot to learn in that actual position. She really do, where to be on court, because it's really height you're looking at, and if she can't be found, then it's not a good decision.
Seven goals scored for Antigua and Barbuda in this quarter. 10 for Grenada. 2:50 to go. Alexander. That's more like it for Grenada.
Nice rebound there by Carlene. Kato missing our first one of this quarter.
Grenada hit 60 for the first time in this tournament. Antigua and Barbuda up at 27. They've also produced their highest score of the tournament.
Oh.
So that shows some amount of improvement on their part on the attacking end of things.
Yes, I think they can get credit for this quarter. They really come out with a bit of intensity and, trying to get some goals. And playing very good defense, very hard, strong, just not able to, get that pass going to Kato there.
It's so easy for the Grenadians to get that ball into Cato. Absolutely no pressure being put on the feeders. The wing attack, the center, the goal attack. And they're able to feed her at will. Just over a minute to go in this contest. Grenada leading 6-1, 28 over Antigua and Barbuda. Trinidad and Tobago leading St. Vincent and the Grenadines 39-34 over on Court 2. St. Vincent and the Grenadines fighting all the way.
Oh yes, Trinidad is not having an easy day today. They are going hard at it.
Grenada cruising over on Court 1, 6-1, 29. Seconds remaining in this one. Half a minute to be exact. Alexander, Cato. And Cato sings another one. That could well be her job for tonight. From long range. And the final horn will come any second now. Job done for the Spice Girls. Cato leads Grenada to 3 from 3 at the Americas Netball World Cup qualifiers in Kingston. They put away St. Lucia in a close one, came from behind to get the better of the Cayman Islands in their second encounter on Sunday. And they were never in danger of losing this one against Antigua and Barbuda tonight. An utterly dominant performance from the Spice Girls. Antigua and Barbuda can be proud of what they have achieved. 29 goals, their best of the tournament so far. But the Grenadians just too good at the National Indoor Sports Centre in Kingston. Their third victory of the campaign from as many matches is a 62-29 triumph over Antigua and Barbuda. Antigua and Barbuda would have come into this match looking to improve on what they delivered in their opening 2 encounters, and in the final analysis they did exactly that on the back of very good third and fourth quarters. But overall the consistency of this Grenada team just too much. Their best quarter was the second when they scored 20 goals. They had 15 in the first. The third quarter 13 and 14 in the final quarter for Grenada.
Yes, for sure, and Antigua has a lot to be proud of. The truth is, each quarter they improved in their scoring. They started out very, very slow, not able to find any goals, was able to only find 5, but managed to, improve each time. However, I mean, Grenada is simply a much experienced, moving that ball down the court, better court team than an Antigua team, but nonetheless Antigua did try their very best, and the last quarter I think they did a pretty good job. It was like a 9-14 kind of game, so they can learn from that and improve going forward.
Yeah, for sure. Scored 5 in the opening quarter, 6 in the second, and then 9 in both the third and fourth quarters. Antigua and Barbuda, and Amy Lake, their goal attack, who had a slow start, really grew into the contest, became more confident, and was missing a lot less by the back end of the match.
Yes, she shot with a lot of confidence, which was good, and you can see that she grows into the game. She marked, she tried to do everything, to get that goal for Antigua. So she's somebody that you can watch in the future.
Yeah, and going forward, what is very clear is that the goal shooter for Grenada, Letitia Cato, will be extremely important going forward if they are to make it to the World Cup. Her accuracy in the shooting circle will be needed going forward this campaign.
Definitely. I think she might have gotten a little careless, or I don't want to say bored, but a little careless in terms of her shot attempts. And
Amy, you all played your hearts out just now. Not the result you would have wanted.
Obviously, but we can't take anything from the team. They really played well. We did our best, so we really can't be too upset about it. Yes, we would love to have had a win, but we did play our best, so we're satisfied with it.
What do we expect to see, improvements-wise moving forward? Because I know that, you understand the importance of going to the World Cup. It's a dream of yours. So what do we expect to see differently in the upcoming matches?
We're going to go back and look at the match and see where we went wrong. I think it's just nerves on our behalf. A lot of the girls, it's the first time they come into this level of competition. And we do have a few injuries. You notice that a lot of them came off during the game. And our key defense, one of our best defense, is actually home. She didn't make it to the game today because she's suffering with the flu. So we're hoping that she recovers quickly and we can have her back for the next game.
Mathematically, because I know players tend to, and knowing you from the couple of interviews that we would have done, when you work it out, do you think that Antigua and Barbuda still have a good shot at making it to the World Cup?
We're 0-3. So it's looking pretty slim, but anything is possible. For it to happen, we definitely need to win the remaining games, which is a tough climb. But at least we gained the experience from saying that we came to an international tournament, and then we can just take it and go from there.
Yeah, Amy, I wish you best of luck, and of course I know you're doing your part to help Antigua and Barbuda improve their netball and of course overall, so good luck.
Thank you.
All right, so we just heard from Amy Lake there. She's the captain of Antigua and Barbuda. We're going to be joined now by Shakira Colimo. Shakira is the captain of the winning team. Shakira? Just as Shakira is getting ready to join us. 3 out of 3 perfect results for you so far. How happy are you?
We are extremely happy. As I said last interview, we're taking it one game at a time, and 3 of 3 is a great start for us. We know that there are a lot of tougher matches coming up, and we're just taking it one game at a time, and I believe that these 3 wins is a confident booster going forward to go against the tougher teams, or the so-called tougher team. But I believe it's a level playing field, and everybody wants a chance to qualify, and I'm just happy with my team and the way we rallying around each other and the wins.
What's the mood like after you win a match and you get back to the rest of your team? What's the vibe like? What are the rest of the ladies saying?
The mood is really good. We celebrate, but the celebration is sort of short-lived because we know we have more matches coming. So we celebrate our wins and we go and we refocus, we regroup on the things that we did tactically or things that we could clean up for the next match ahead. And we just work hard.
Well, definitely reaping the benefits of working hard. Shakira, you and Grenada have a lot to celebrate when netball is concerned. Best of luck.
All right, thank you.
Well, we just heard from the winning captain, and of course Grenada. They've had a perfect record so far here at the America's Netball World Cup qualifiers. I'm about to check in with our commentator Ricardo Chambers and see what he's up to.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mariah. Final score 6-2, 29 Grenada over Antigua and Barbuda. And a look at the final statistics then. Footwork, 8 calls against Grenada, 4 against Antigua and Barbuda. Contacts, 38 against Grenada, 38 as well against Antigua and Barbuda. Obstructions, 9 against Grenada, 5 against Antigua and Barbuda. 36 turnovers for Antigua and Barbuda, just 17 for Grenada. Interceptions, 5 on Grenada's side, 4 on the end of Antigua and Barbuda. Offside calls, 1 for Grenada, none for Antigua and Barbuda. Overall, a really clean performance though from the Grenada team, and the Spice Girls go 3 from 3. Their next match will be on Tuesday at 6:15 p.m. Jamaica time. That's 7:15 in the rest of the Caribbean. And guess what? They will be taking on Trinidad and Tobago. That will be a massive encounter on Tuesday here at the National Indoor Sports Centre in Kingston, Jamaica. Coming up next though, the Sunshine Girls will be in action, and they will be taking on the United States of America. The home crowd getting ready for that.